All right, number 12 from yesterday's worksheet. What's the first thing you guys, most of you, or some of you said you tried number 12. What do you notice first about number 12?
You're frozen.
It's all on
I am frozen, but the inside's frozen, not the outside. Okay, it's all on one side. What about which way is this thing going to go? Can you tell that already?
No, I can't.
Okay.
Y squared.
Y squared. So it's left or right. We don't really know which one yet because we'd have to get things situated correctly. But that means I know where I'm headed is this.
I'm gonna guess left.
I'm gonna say I don't know yet. I won't know until I move that x to the other side. But this is where I'm headed, right? The y is squared, so I know the y term will be squared, which means x will be on the other side. So let's leave the y stuff on the left and move everything else to the right. Setting up our half it, square it, add it, complete the square thing. Let's see. Half it, square it, add. So plus 9, that would make the perfect square. And then what do I have to do to the other side? Add 9. Oh, I think I see where the problem is coming. You got to keep things balanced, so you're going to add 9 to both sides. The add and subtract is when you do that to the same side. So I could do plus 9 and minus 9 to the same side. But I don't want to do that on this problem. I want that 9 on the other side. So y minus 3 squared equals 8x plus 12. Yeah, I think I see where this would be a hard one.
I'm not seeing it.
Because I have to have x by itself. I can't leave anything on the x. So I have to factor off the 8.
But that leaves like 12 over 8.
That leaves something yuck, but I have to factor off the 8 because I have to get the x by itself.
Oh, that's only like 3 halves. That's not good.
So I'm going to divide both of them by 8. It's 3 halves, so it's maybe not as terrible as we thought. It also means p will be 2, so p will be nice. Okay, so I think I'm ready now. Now it's in the right format.
Wait, or the vertex is just those 2, right?
So the vertex is whatever zeroes out those 2. So negative 3 halves, comma 3. Oh, did we figure out which way this thing's going?
Right.
Right, because it's y is squared and it's positive. So I know we're going right. I'm going to start graphing things here. So negative 1.5, comma 3. That's kind of annoying that it's not on the... I suppose you could have done the scale thing, but I don't know. What's p going to be on this one? 2. 4p is 8. So p is 2. So f is 2 away from the vertex. And definitely to the right, because it's got to open up to the right. So 2 away. This is annoying with the fractions, but it's okay. At least it's halves, not anything worse. So I end up at a positive 1/2 and still up 3 for my focus. And then my directrix goes on the other side. Also 2 away. 1, 2. Again, not a point, but a line. It's definitely an x equals line. So I started at negative 1.5 and I went 2 more to the left. So that puts me at 1, 2, 3.5. Negative 3.5. And again, you can do negative 3.5, you can do negative 7 halves, you could do, I mean, we almost never write this way in math anymore, but negative 3.5 that way. That's whatever way makes the most sense to you. All right, the last thing is the focal width, or the 2p on either side. So 2p is 4. So I go 2p away from the focus. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That also gives me a focal width of 8.
What if it doesn't fit on like this?
Did you do the scale thing? Okay.
And just point it down.
Then do your best if you scaled it bigger.
Okay, got it.
And I don't remember if I showed you guys this, but how I check them, like just visually, is that
The box.
it makes 2 squares. So I don't know if that helps to sort of see what's going on. There should be 2 squares. You don't have to do that, but that's sort of the visual check that it looks correct. Okay, that's about as bad as it gets, because we had to complete the square. There was a kind of a weird thing to factor off, although you always factor off whatever's on the x, because you have to have x by itself, or y by itself. And then you just have to deal with whatever is left, because you have to have x by itself in there. All right, do we want another one, or are we feeling okay?
No, I think we're doing okay.
I mean, there are no new notes today, so we have time to answer questions.
No notes.
No new notes today, no new concepts. We'll work some together off today's worksheet.
We just do 14.
I was going to just do the next one.
We did 13 already, so let's do 14. Okay. I mean, I know they all look like this, right? So and in fact, I'm going to start all of today's problems by writing that. Like, that's the goal, is to get it to look like that. Which is going to be the squared side? The x. So I know that's where I'm headed. So let's keep the x stuff.
Let's boot the y.
Let's boot the y to the other side, and the 21. Nope. Because we complete the square on the left, and we just shove everything else to the right. So half it squared added. B over 2 is 5. Squared is 25. So plus 25 on both sides. So x plus 5 squared equals 2y plus 4. That's kind of a nicer, it worked out nicer than last time. So x plus 5 squared equals, I have to factor off whatever's on that x or y that's there. Like, it's not greatest common factor factoring like we're used to. It's, you have to take off whatever that number is. This one works out well, but you've got to take the 2 off. Okay, how do you know it's going to be up?
Positive and x is squared.
Positive and x is squared, so I know it's going to be up. Vertex, be whatever sort of zeroes out both sides. So
Negative 5, negative 2. This is just a really small thing.
3, 4, 5. Negative 5, negative 2. Some of you said it already. What's p equal to? 4p is 2, so p is 1/2. Yeah, that means this is going to be all scrunched up in there. So the focus is 1/2 away from the vertex. And again, if you want to draw everything on your little picture to remind you where the things go. Oh, this one might have been a good one to do the scaling thing, but too late now. So back 5, down 1.5. The focus. Directrix is down 1/2. So that's y equals. The vertex was down 2. Now I need to go down another 1/2. So negative 2.5. And I need to go, how far on either side of the focus do I need to go? And again, you can say 2p is 1, so that's 1 on either side of the focus, or you can say the focal width is 2, which means 1 on either side of the focus. And yeah, the points are so tight in there, it's hard to get a feel for how wide that parabola really is. All right, feeling okay? Not going to do all of them for you. No, I'm thinking you guys can handle those.